Welcome back to UnKind TV, everyone. We're George and Martha.
Hello.
Today we'll be recapping The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 10, Episode 5. Cut from a different cloth. It's the episode where we start feeling bad for Jackie.
Unbelievable.
Nice going, Dolores.
I knew this was going to happen to us.
I guess the producers at Bravo heard our complaints about all the FaceTiming because they decided to gift us 20 minutes of FaceTime calls.
And stupid ones.
It's lazy.
It's filler.
It's laziness. Put these women in more horrible situations. Don't rely on this FaceTiming thing.
I zone out.
I do too. So Melissa's talking to Joey. Joey, stop. Let me see some titty. Stop. And then we jump to Margaret is FaceTiming with her Joe, and she's talking to the dog. We hear ruff, ruff in the background, and she's saying like, she misses me. Bella, look at mommy. Oh, she doesn't miss me. Let me try calling David.
Your call has been forwarded.
Of course. Oh, is that David texting me? I'm going to act like I didn't see that. Let me call Frank Catania. Dolores tries to call David, gets rejected, and then there is a text coming from him.
From Dr. David, whatever. What's his last name?
Principe.
Yeah, I know there's sometimes you get like, you're able to send...
You can, yeah.
Automated, so maybe that's what it was.
What if it said, I love you? And she was too busy calling Frank Catania to complain about getting fat.
Martha, I don't know why I only just noticed it in her tagline. They show a clip of her kissing Frank.
She's complaining that she's like, I can't stop eating, Frank. Well, stop eating. Then don't complain that you're getting fat. Yeah, I'm getting fat. I think that's going to come into play with her whole Jackie problem. I think she resents Jackie wanting to be thin.
And she's been struggling with it for a while. Dolores has.
Yeah, I can't stop eating. And Jackie can't eat anything. Then Teresa's FaceTiming with Gia. She's like, what are you eating? What kind of sandwich is that? Sandwich. It's like a hard G. Yeah. Not just sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Yeah. She looks
bad.
Tired.
That's generous of you. I would say weather beaten.
What do they say?
Ridden hard and put away wet. Well, you mean what I tell you all the time? When you're tired.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When we met Jill Informed.
You said that, didn't
I did.
You?
I said, yeah, you look like you were ridden hard and put away wet.
Yeah. A sponsor told me that once, too. By the way, we need to pause for a second, because this is Jersey related.
Okay.
I woke up with some really sad news today, Martha.
What?
Snooki is retiring.
I'm very sorry to hear that. There's a few stages of grief. Right now you might be in the bargaining stage. It'll be okay.
If JWoww retires, I don't know how I'm going to live with myself.
Jackie FaceTimes with Evan, and she tells him about the dinner the night before. It was really tough. Dolores said she's not my friend. Thought we were friends, but she said that I'm cut from a different cloth. So. What? That was very hard to hear.
You creep me out, Martha.
Why?
You're disturbing.
Well, her husband was disturbing. Most of the house husbands just listen and they go, oh, that's not right. Oh, man, yeah. This one goes, I don't like that. Did you pick up on that?
No, I
don't like that. I thought we were friends, and then she said we're not friends, and she made me go to another sandbox. She said I wasn't raised that way, and I should get my own pail in trouble. Jennifer goes to say good morning to Mary Sunshine Dolores. How are you? Good morning. As though she didn't, throw Dolores under the bus and cause a whole kerfuffle the night before. Oh, that. I didn't think Jackie would get so upset. I just thought she deserved to know. Dolores is irritated, and she gets to talking over. She's like, Jackie can't let anything go. She can't. Dolores, I don't really think you let much go either.
No.
I think Dolores wants to pretend she lets everything go and nothing bothers her, but actually a lot bothers her. She likes to pretend David's busy, I'm alright with that. No, You're not.
No, she's not, because she says that all the time. Oh, I'm fine, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. Feelings are your friend. It's okay.
She wasn't raised like that.
Her mother doesn't strike me like that. I think her mother is emotional and she looks up to her father, who's the cop.
I think so, and the father probably does not like that the mother gets emotional. It's weak.
It's very outdated thinking. And this whole old school Italian thing, I know plenty of very old school Italians who are the most emotional people ever.
Yeah.
Even on this show, look at Joey Gorga.
I know. I like to watch funerals on YouTube. And the most dramatic funerals are the Italian ones.
I have been to a few. You're right about that. Ave Maria.
Why Nonna, come back to me, Nonna. Those are the funerals.
Why do you watch funerals on YouTube, Swampy? Margaret's FaceTiming with her Joe. She's telling him, oh, so I said something about the rum. The rum was 21 years old. I said Teresa doesn't like jailbait. What's the big deal? And ho, that's funny. I mean, everybody's got to read into everything so much. She's still denying this.
Why?
She gets a talking head denying it.
Why?
I don't know. I really didn't mean it that way.
You think she'd be proud of that?
I think some people, it has happened to me where something comes out of my mouth that absolutely comes across like it was totally intentional, and I swear I wasn't thinking it.
No, the same thing has happened to me. That could be the case with her, but I don't think it is.
But it was in the back of her mind, this whole jailbait thing. She was making jokes about it. Even when that's happened to me, it's like, yeah, I'm not so innocent. I was thinking about the situation. Now we're back with Melissa talking to Joey, and she's like, yeah, so Margaret made this comment about your sister. And he's like, okay, all right, here's what you got to know about my sister. Every 12 hours, this is like Gremlins. You don't feed it after midnight, no bright lights. 12 hours, she processes something, kaboom. You watch. She needs about 12 hours to process what you said.
I don't know what to say.
Bigfoot 101. So I'm assuming he's telling Melissa this so that she could take the salmon out.
Yeah.
She could calculate. That was about, when was that, 6 o'clock yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Margaret and her FaceTime call. So the men are going to be having a poker party. Very happy about this.
I am too.
Very, very, very happy about this. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. It is.
It's going to be very good.
Yeah.
The ladies in, the nice house are all going to have breakfast, and Jennifer goes looking for Teresa by giving the Bigfoot call. Tree! Ooh, ooh. I think we know how she got that nickname.
Yeah. She was always enamored with trees as a child.
Well, that's where they found her. They found her in an oak.
They did. They heard like a... What does a baby Bigfoot sound like? No, stop. No, you're doing that to upset me.
Melissa walks in, she playfully gropes Dolores, and she's like, David doesn't even do that. I'm gonna have to marry Melissa. But it doesn't bother me.
No.
Doesn't bother me at all. No, I don't want to be touched. How about that?
No.
I don't want to be touched. I don't want to have phone calls with my guy, and I don't want any kind of commitment. So what?
No. But I am planning on moving into the house that we are building together.
Yeah. I mean, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't bother me. So Melissa lets the group know, I'm going to go check on the other girls. Why you got to go check on them? You the nanny or something? Or you the babysitter? No, they're part of this trip, and I'm going to go say hello to them. All right, yeah, go, Dolores. Yeah, just go. No explanation, just go. And Melissa's like, these Italians, you can't please them. This one, she either hates my guts or she wants me up her butt. I mean, I don't know. Melissa arrives in, the banished maid's quarters to visit Margaret and Jackie. Margaret's eating a plum. I like this plum.
It distracted me. They were having a very deep conversation. She kept taking bites of it, putting it on the table, picking it up, taking bites out of it. That seems unsanitary.
But it looks so delicious. Margaret says she misses Melissa. She's like, because this Jackie, she sleeps with earplugs. Yes. She doesn't listen to me. You had something to say about that?
Of course she does. She just strikes me as an earplug kind of gal.
Okay, well, I have news for you. You know who else sleeps with earplugs?
I know. Cut from the same cloth.
Melissa's complaining about her period. She's like, man, these first 2 days of my period, make it stop. I'm not going to have a problem having a baby because I'm just so bloody,
Her tubes are tied.
Yes, and?
So it is going to be challenging having a baby.
No, she means like she won't have a problem carrying. She's probably producing a lot of eggs. Margaret says she's shocked that she said that. She's like, why are you shocked? She's like, Melissa, I just don't see you having another baby. I mean, if you're serious about it, freeze your eggs. It's just insurance policy. But what is this going to be, a little international baby? I don't know what she meant by that. But she's like, yeah, international superstar. I don't get it.
I don't either.
I think that Margaret's right, though, that Melissa doesn't really want to have another baby.
No, she doesn't.
So Melissa and Jackie are matching, and Jackie comes out. She's very happy. She's like, we're always matching. So cute. Like, yeah, something together. They get into what happened with Dolores. Jackie's smarting from the altercation. And Melissa decides to tell her, well, yeah, Dolores was saying she doesn't like how you were raised, like, that you were not raised like her, and so Jackie's like, okay, if I said that to Dolores, she would blow up at me. Like, Dolores has a lot of rules. Like, don't talk about David. Don't talk about kids. Don't talk about family. Don't talk about anything. Don't talk about her age. Don't talk about her son being in romance novels. I mean, I do agree with her. Dolores is a big hypocrite. She's very judgmental for somebody who doesn't want you talking about anything.
I know.
And then she justifies it, like when she has a problem with you. Where I come from Patterson, you don't talk like that unless you're looking to get your ass kicked. It's like, Dolores, all I said was it's snowing outside. All bark, no bite, that one.
Dog with a bone.
Dog with a bone. Okay, dog with a bone. Can I talk dog with a bone? Dog with a bone.
I don't know why your Jersey impressions really creep me out.
Melissa says she will address this whole thing with Dolores because, you know, she's like, well, she says that you're just different. And Jack is like, different in a good way, I doubt it. And Melissa says, I'll find out what she meant by that. Then Margaret goes into the whole jailbait thing. She's like, can you believe that jailbait thing went right over Teresa's head? And Melissa's like, okay, here's the thing, like, in about 12 hours, like, after she processes that, like, that's how I know my sister-in-law, my little Bigfoot-in-law, 12 hours. Thank you for repeating verbatim what Joey told you as though that was your own thought. Yeah. Melissa says, if I said that, oh my God, it would be hell to pay. And then Jackie's like, if I said that, I'd be in the ocean with a brick tied to my leg.
She's not entirely wrong.
Suffering succotash. If I made that kind of remark, I'd be wearing cement shoes. I don't know what's all this. Is it ridden a horse, rode a horse, ridden a horse? Because I heard it several times. First I heard Daffy talking about it. Is it ridden a horse or rode a horse? I'm not sure. Now you said you thought she was just trying to come down to their level.
Yeah.
By saying that?
I
thought that she didn't know.
Maybe that's the case, but she's so sort of arrogant that if she didn't know, I don't think she would have acknowledged it.
Jennifer says, I'm not athletic. I have never been on a horse before. I was always picked last in school. And now it's ironic because my children throw things at me and I'm always dodging balls because my children are my little savages. I relate. I also was picked last for everything. I thought dodgeball was a form of terrorism. I am not an athletic person. Which one is dodgeball?
You just throw balls at each other?
Yeah, you gotta dodge the ball. I think that you're not allowed to do it in school anymore, at least here in, liberal New York. I'm sure in some of you other states it's still acceptable. But here it was a little too mean. I don't think I ever
played it.
You line up, it's like, yeah.
Oh, yes, I have. You're in a lot.
And you throw balls at each other.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember.
You can't do it anymore in New York, I know. They did away with that one. How about Monkey in the Middle?
What one is that? I know I've played that one.
Did you have a childhood?
Yes, I do. But Martha, I don't have the memory that you do. You remember everything. I remember Duck, Duck, Goose, hide and seek,
how about
chasing each other around the house with knives.
All those normal fun times. What about that 7-Up?
What one's that?
Where somebody puts your thumb down and then you got to tag someone else?
I don't remember that.
No? Okay. The other thing is they're wondering if the horses swim. Do they horsey paddle? I don't know the answer to that. I think they do swim.
They do.
But they won't be swimming here. I think they're just going to ride around in the water. Yeah.
I had a really traumatizing horse experience when I was a child.
What happened?
With my grandmother, she thought it would be nice to go horseback riding with me, and I was very scared. I'd never been on a horse before, and she got this really nice horse. I forget what his name was, but it was just like very lazy, very slow. And then they bring in my horse named Lightning, and I end up in the middle of the rainforest with Lightning. Never again. And honestly, I'm not exaggerating, and I got yelled at.
Oh, really?
By like this park ranger or something, because there was like these ants that were huge. They were huge. And I ran, there was like a trail, they were like carrying whatever their shit. And I ran through it because I was so freaked out. It was a nightmare because I couldn't find my grandma. And I ran through this thing and he yelled at me.
Okay, it sounds like you got sucked into Jumanji.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Dolores, Teresa, and Melissa are headed to the beach. Dolores, yet again, makes a comment. She's like, yeah, I got to do more than get my tan on. You know what I'm saying? And she says, I guess that it's been rough. It's been rough. And Teresa doesn't get that she's talking about her body. And she's like, yeah, it's rough for me, too. She's like, no, you're going through a lot. I'm just talking about being fat. I'm telling you, I think this is part of the reason she's got it in for Jackie. Back to the horses. Poor Margaret. They're being fitted for life belts. Why do we need a life belt? Life belt. Margaret's kind of getting on my nerves with her jokes lately. I feel like...
I know. We were just talking about that. They've always been kind of forced. Like last season, the prior seasons with her, I've always felt them to be kind of charming. But now there's something just obnoxious about them. I still love her, but I mean, it's just, she's trying to, she's thirsty.
I don't love her as much as you love her. I will say that. I like her. I just don't like people that think they're really, really, really funny all the time. Like you could tell, she thinks everything that comes out of her mouth. Remember when she used to say she was really close friends with Joan Rivers?
What?
All right, first of all, I'm going to erase from my vocabulary, do you remember when? Because I know now the answer is always no.
Yeah.
Sorry. Back when she was Miss Pigtails, she said that she was really close to Joan Rivers. She went to her apartment all the time.
Okay.
And now I can see that she thinks she is Joan Rivers. She's like Joan Rivers if Joan Rivers' jokes all fell flat. And the horses, because we need this on our televisions, we get close-ups of the horse manure. They're going in the water. The horses are just doing it in the water.
Martha's afraid of going in the water because she doesn't want to be bitten or just murdered by a shark. Now, I don't want to go in the water because of horse shit.
I don't want to go in the water because of human shit. How about that?
I'm pretty sure I've shit in the water before.
Stop it. No, you did?
I'm sure that I have, yes.
Peeing is one thing.
Oh, I peed many times, but I'm sure that I have shit in the water. I'm sure. I can't remember a specific time, but I'm sure that I did.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. As a young kid.
How do you do it, though, if you've got the trunks on and everything? You took them off and...
I can't remember when I did it. I just know that I did it.
Okay. I'm more concerned with the logistics.
I have, I for some reason, I just know that I've done it before. I don't know why. I just know it.
This is affecting our friendship.
Yeah, well, oh well.
At the beach, Melissa is reminiscing about the Jersey Shore days. That was my spot. And then they show the flashback where everybody talked about how she and Joe Gorga were the hottest couple. Please.
When was that? 2011, it said?
Oh my God.
Remember when Joe Gorga sprayed shit on his head to make it look like he had hair?
That was hilarious.
That was brilliant.
They feel like they got the better deal. You know, Teresa's like, yeah, I'm a lot happier being at the beach. But I like the horses, though. I did that in Punta Cana.
They were humping each other.
Yeah, they were humping. Poor Jennifer. Jennifer has just paid for everything that has flown out of her monkey's asshole mouth. Her horse was taken off. I mean, I love how she said, my horse is not in a good mood. He's making a lot of sounds like, and then he threw her off into the shit water. And she got a mouthful of caca.
Oh, my.
She said it.
She did.
I think I swallowed some poo water. Oh, God.
What did Margaret say? She needs an antibiotic?
Yeah.
Martha, would you go to the emergency room?
I would probably be flown home.
Yeah.
I'd be very upset. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
You do get sick from that. I mean, that's nasty.
I thought, I always thought, you riding on the beach is you just sort of go by where the waves crash, They're in the water.
I would never do this.
I don't think they realized that it was going to be like this.
That's because they don't have my neuroses where I Google everything to death and then I need to know every detail of how it goes, what to expect. The conversation on the Jersey Shore gets pretty dark, very quickly, because Teresa's like, Joe's appeal's getting denied. And Melissa's like, I am very worried for you and your daughters, but I gotta say, Tree, I think they're gonna make an example out of Joe. I just got the chills.
Joe's my favorite.
I just got chills from you saying it. You're like psychic. Well, I don't even think they're making an example out of him. I think he's just, in the eyes of the law, he's just another asshole.
In the eyes of the... I was going to go with ice, something. In the eyes of the law, I was going to go in the arms of an angel. I was trying to do something, Martha. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay. Melissa's trying to cheer up Teresa because Teresa's like, the last 5 years been really dark. Like, it's been really hard for me. And she's wiping her eyes under her sunglasses. And Melissa's like, Tree, I'm convinced. Like, I know, oh my God, like, there's going to be a rainbow at the end of all of this for you. Like, you got to see there's possibilities. I was waiting for them to break into song.
Okay.
Somewhere over the rainbow, Joe is in Salerno.
So Melissa says her prediction is that Teresa's going to move on and find someone else. What do you think the guy is going to be like?
The pool boy.
It's going to be like someone like the pool boy?
I think she already has found someone else.
I do too. I'm wondering. I don't think it's the 25-year-old, do you? We'll find out, I guess.
I don't know what's going on. Honestly, you really want to know what I think? I think that whole thing was staged. I think everything Teresa does is very calculated to drive the plot. She knew she was being photographed. She's all over this guy. She knew it was going to be in the press.
Yeah.
She ran into Andy, and then she can yell at everybody for repeating it.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like we're being played with that whole thing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Even Margaret's comment, I'm just getting vibes here. The way Joe was talking about it was like he just could not care less because he probably knows it's like, whatever.
It's her act.
Yeah. It's part of her show.
Yeah, okay, Andy. Okay, Tree.
Yep, good. Find a rich one. Good for you. So Jennifer is recovering from falling in the sewage water. They're ordering drinks, and Margaret brings up the night before. I really am not liking that we can see the producer telling them what to say. It's so scripted. It's like, so last night, that was something else now, wasn't it, girls? It's just like, oh, come on. I like when it's like you don't realize that it's fake.
I've been feeling
lazy.
like that for OC and Atlanta. I'm trying to think. New York. Was that the last one?
New York is like not as bad, except for that scene where they made Dorinda and Sonia go see the Hustlers and talk about how wonderful it was.
That was painful.
That was treacherous. Jackie says she's very hurt about this whole Dolores thing, and she's like, yeah, like, okay, like, I know I'll never be best friends with Teresa, but I thought I was friends with Dolores, like, you know. And Doris like, don't say that you're starting on a negative note. You could be best friends with Teresa if you wanted to. I will say this much, never say never, Jackie, because
I know.
Look at Danielle. Nobody would have ever thought that. And also with Melissa, too. There was a time when you would never think those two would be on good terms.
But why would you want to be friends with her, Jackie?
No. I mean, Jackie feels like she's like, you can't be close to somebody that you can't say, Teresa, how's your situation going to? Like, I can't talk to her, so how could I be best friends with her?
How do I look like someone bad?
The most bad man in the world of all time. Jennifer says to Margaret, what are you being sued for, if you don't mind me asking? Margaret doesn't care, but she does have this monstrosity of a ring on. It's like the Luann de Lesseps statement necklace of rings.
On steroids.
It's awful. It's half the size of her hand.
It must be very uncomfortable to...
It's awful. It makes me think of when I was a little kid and I would put on adult costume jewelry on my little baby hand, and it would be really, like, awkward. She explains, yet again, the Vineyard Vines thing, that the logo lawsuit, she's in licensing, and one of the people that she licenses for used a whale. And what she was trying to say was that while it's not the same thing, she understands the stress of legal battles. That is really, like, I don't know, have you ever been in one of those?
No.
Like, around it? Oh my God. The closest, no, actually I have been in the lawsuit. Yeah, it is very stressful. But also, like, my mom with this state stuff, back and forth. Oh.
Really?
Horrible. It really is very stressful. By the way, I know some of you watch these, some of you don't. You know how they've been filming these little, like, in-between things where they get all the housewives together? I caught one recently where they talk about
I wish you didn't catch it.
Margaret's always naked. The ladies say that on these trips, Margaret just walks around with no clothes on. And they're like, no, she's like allergic to clothing. Like not just once in a while she's naked all the time.
I don't like
Dolores
that.
said there's a lot of pink. I call her Peaches and Cream. She's very well groomed. But yeah, Peaches and Cream. I mean, yeah. Margaret looks a little embarrassed during it.
Does she?
Yeah. Like, I don't like that. I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think that's cute. What do you, like, 5-year-olds do that.
But how does it, does she just take her clothes off?
She just walks around naked, yeah. She's more comfortable in the nude, I guess.
What's wrong with her to do that?
I think maybe it's Marge Sr. bringing her up that way.
Yeah.
She was basically, I mean, Marge Sr. acts like she would, like, raise, like a brothel, basically. Like, she was around these crazy people. That actress I worked for used to be naked all the time, too. And it was uncomfortable, and people would really not like that.
No, I wouldn't.
And I'm not one to be uptight. I'm not prudish. It's just there's some people, it's one thing, like, you're changing, no big deal. But, like, come on. All the time, really? Because you know everybody's looking at it and, like, feels weird. If you know people are uncomfortable, then stop it.
I can't even be naked in front of the cats.
Really?
I mean, I will be, but I'll be like, oh, this is awkward.
I don't like being naked in front of Stevie, my dog, because she's just very curious, and she's a beagle, so the scent stuff, she's very drawn. Like, I'm not allowed to use the bathroom. She starts looking for where the pee is coming from. She's
really?
Like, and she, like, sticks her face near me, and I'm like, I need privacy.
Yeah, that annoys me, because they do that, too.
It's so innocent, but I'm like, no.
Yeah.
She wants to sniff everything. It's like, let's not. No.
Blanche stares at me when I jerk off.
Have you ever had sex in front of the cats?
Yeah. You know how shy the cats are?
Yeah.
How it took, 2 years for baby Jesus to come around? Well, they have no problem jumping in a bed when there's someone else in it with me.
Stevie's very respectful of me. I've done it in front of Stevie, and she turns the other way and puts her head down.
You know, I feel bad for our pets.
She doesn't mind. She sort of seems to, like, get it. She looks at me like, oh, it's that time, and she just does these.
That's nice of her.
She's considerate. It is very uncomfortable. I can see your cats have these intense looks. Not Blanket. Blanche. And baby Jesus. They're like...
It's really just Blanche.
Dolores, Teresa, and Melissa are now just relaxing after their beach day, and Melissa brings up that Jackie's very hurt, and Dolores just doesn't want to hear it. She's like, what's she saying now? And she says that, there's a lot of things about it that bother me. Melissa says, well, she thought that whole upbringing thing, like if she said that about you, you would flip out. She's like, she's just so fragile. And Melissa gets a talking head that I totally agree with. She goes, listen, Dolores was raised to never show vulnerability or like anything bothers you, and I think that's weak. I completely agree.
Didn't we just say that earlier?
Did you ever see the Law and Order SVU? There's an episode where they have like a particularly horrible case. It's an earlier episode. And Benson and Stabler have to talk to a psychologist because they don't know if they can keep them on duty after witnessing that.
Yeah.
Benson's the one who can't stop crying, and Stabler's like, it is what it is, part of the job, and she's allowed to stay on the case and he isn't. She's a mess. She's like, it was tough. And the psychologist says she's dealing with it.
Yeah,
You're not. Dolores is full of it. And I think that's a lot weaker. Refusing to admit that you're hurt or that you're upset. And I don't think it's nice the way she's treating Jackie. I can't believe I'm saying this.
I know.
It's unnecessarily mean. Yes, is Jackie naggy and whiny and annoying? 100%. But Dolores, you were mean to her. And everybody sees it. With the exception of Bigfoot, everybody's kind of giving Dolores hint, like that was mean. There was no reason to be like, you're someone I could never be friends with. Like, what's the reason? I think Dolores is full of shit. Dolores is up Teresa's ass, and she knows that Teresa doesn't like Jackie, so she doesn't like Jackie. That's the real thing. But she can't admit that. She can't say that because then she would look like an idiot. She's not allowed to have her own opinion. The only one, and I'm shocked that she even goes this far, that she'll disagree with Teresa about is Danielle, but even then, she let Danielle come.
At the party, she didn't say, the look on her face when Danielle flipped out said it all because she wanted to say something so badly,
but she keeps her mouth shut. She brought her into her home for Teresa. I'd be like, I love you. You can have her in your own house. So you know what, Dolores? You know what I think is weak? At least Jackie had the balls to stand up to Teresa, which is something you have never done. Then Melissa, Little stirring action going on, okay. She brings up that Margaret's also upset about how judgmental Dolores is being, and then she's like, then you catch what she said about me and a 21-year-old. You catch that? Yeah, I think they caught it, Teresa. I think everybody got the memo. She's acting like she's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said something like really subtle, like, I don't know, like, you gotta be like really small like me.
Pick up on it.
But I got it. Do I talk about her and Joe? No. You don't say things like that. I expected more from Margaret. Margaret's smart. She thinks about what she says. That's true. I have to hand it to Bigfoot. Bigfoot is right. She knows Margaret's calculated. And Margaret's trying to pretend she didn't. Margaret just knows that she said it and nobody found it funny. If everybody laughed, it would have been, oh, come on, Teresa. It was just a joke. That's what
it is.
But nobody found it funny. So she's like, oh, I just blurted it out.
That's exactly what it is.
Teresa starts to go off. Bigfoot is, as Melissa points out, here we go. It's the clock struck midnight, yeah. Cinderella. Teresa's turning into Bigfoot. Yeah. And she's like, that Margaret's like a clogged toilet with all this shit coming out of her mouth.
Wait, have you heard that saying before?
No. I made it up. I'm witty.
I feel like she heard it in prison.
She better get her plumber to unclog it. Bigfoot humor.
Bigfoot humor. We're not in on it, no. You know?
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's
a cultural thing.
We're not cut from the same cloth.
We're not cut from the same DNA.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Melissa, back to make it stop. I wanted a nice dinner. Well then, Melissa, maybe you shouldn't have told Dolores and Teresa how upset everyone is with them. I get that's your job on the show to make drama, but I just would respect you more if you went, oh, here we go. Don't go, oh no.
No, I just want, no.
Why can't we all just get along, Joey? Welcome to Transylvania. Oh my God.
My favorite scene.
Guys, this is why I'm sad about how scripted Housewives has become. This scene with the boys was better than anything I've seen on these shows in a long time.
It was.
Because they don't give a shit and they are just talking and acting like idiots.
And they're having a good time.
First of all, Bill welcoming everybody in and of itself was very entertaining. Everybody come to the pool house. Hey, my wife says your wife thinks you got a girl in here. He's like, oh, look at the cameras. How could I bring a girl here? So they all start talking. Frank Catania's there. Joe Gorga. Evan is there. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Margaret's husband. Right away. Hey. I'm 63. I need it like 3 times a day. They're like, my man, 3 times a day. Hey, that's 63. Yeah. You get 3 times a day. Then it's a pissing match. I need it 8 times a day. You got to get that poison out of you. 8 times a day. And then, so I don't know who, I can't even keep track because it's just like a bunch of Neanderthals talking.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You must be jerking off the other 7 times a day. He's like, hey, if that's what it takes to get rid of the poison, you do what you got to do. The one who can't believe this is Frank Catania. He looks like he's got the worst blue balls ever. He's like, you're getting laid how many times a day? You get laid. Then Bill says that it's about once a month. They're like, so you must be jerking off all the time. He's like, once a month with my wife. I have sister at work. He had this look in his eye like, don't worry, it ain't once a month.
Yeah.
They just crack me up. They're disgusting, and the things that they say are so horrible. But I love it.
Enjoy them.
I love it.
And they would enjoy you.
Okay, that sounded wrong.
No, but you know what I mean.
was saying while we were watching, if I could pick who to be with on this trip in Jamaica or go play poker with them, I'd want to play poker with these men. It'd be so much fun. I'd be making fun of all their wives.
Yeah.
Telling them about my sex life very openly.
And they would be laughing.
Cracking up. I'd be like their little sister.
That they want to sleep with.
Okay, yeah. I was always like that. Even at the AA meetings, I hung out with the men.
I know.
I always did. They would tell me all this.
You and women don't gel often.
No, yes and no. I find men to be simpler creatures.
Are you saying I'm simple?
No, I just think it's just less drama. Just easy.
Okay.
It's like, this is what happened. Even when there's a conflict, it's like they beat the shit out of each other and then they
move on.
Yeah, they get over it.
They're not like Tamara.
Women just don't, but I love women too. No, I have female friends. But I'm friends with more guys. Yeah. I am. You know where it came from childhood. Girls were always mean to me.
I know.
And the boys were the nice ones.
I know.
Even in Florida, when I'd be visiting my cousins, I had a cousin my age, and my grandparents wanted me to hang out with kids. And she stopped telling me when they were getting together, and I got invited by boys from her school. That's how I'd go hang out. My own cousin would not tell me what was up. The boys would say, "You're not coming to the pool party? Come. You come as my guest." At AA, they would just tell me shit. They'd confess everything to me.
But you're also very maternal, too. So that's probably what draws them to you as well.
Maybe, yeah. But they would confess things. Like, I had to go visit some guy in jail once. And
Why haven't you told me this?
It's actually a complicated story. Because I went to go visit this guy in jail with someone I knew from the meetings. And I went with a man that I knew from the group. We met up at like 6 a.m. to go to the prison.
Oh, okay. Did you
Horrible.
pull an all-nighter?
I don't know
Basically, yeah.
But on the way there, this guy's telling me about how he cheated on his wife and how he's having a hard time. He needs release. Like how these men are talking. But he wasn't hitting on me. He was just venting about it. No, I know nobody would believe that. They'd be like, "Oh, yeah, he's just venting." But he really was. He was like asking me, like, what could he do about it?
What did you tell him?
Joey tells Bill, he's like, "I like your system. Once a month, you keep her wanting it all month." I'm sure that's how it works, Joey. Keep her wanting it. Yeah, well, she has said she gets it from the rabbit. So,
yeah.
Once a month. How often do you think you would be going at it if you were in a committed relationship?
Hopefully once a week. I can't do any more than that.
Okay.
What about you? How often, Martha? How often is it? How often do you go at it? If there was a gentleman caller in your life, how often would you go at it?
It varies.
Okay.
Pretty often.
How long would a potential dry spell last?
It depends. Yeah, I'd say maybe 4 times a week.
That seems like average, maybe, right?
I don't think so. So this is the first time that Dolores has had to see Jackie since the fight, and I guess she feels that Jackie gave her kind of a fake smile because she goes, okay.
I thought it was pretty good. The delivery was good.
Okay, all right. It was, but it's like, just stop, chill out. She just has it in for her. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie doesn't stand a chance. There's nothing Jackie can say to get out of this. They get on this bus. Dolores is complaining that she's claustrophobic, so she needs to sit in a different seat. Sounds a little fragile. They started talking about what are the men up to. She's like, "I told Frank not to corrupt anybody at this poker night." And then they start talking about porn. And Melissa says to Jennifer, "Does your husband watch porn?" She's like, "I catch him once in a while on the computer." Cut to the boys. "Hey, Bill, you watch porn?" "Do I watch pornographic movies?" He's like, "You just took the sex out of it. Yeah. What is this pornographic? You watch porn? You jerking off? I love how amused he is by them.
He's not used to these kinds of people.
Yes, he is.
I don't think so.
Sure he is.
I don't think he hangs around them. I think he just has his own little... He doesn't socialize.
I think he does. It's
really?
Just in a different... It's not his native language. So he's a little bit slower in English. Men behave like this in every culture.
No, but you think he hangs out with these types of people? Like these guys?
All men act like this. All men. When you get a group of men together, that's how they behave. No matter what. No matter how stuffy, buttoned up. You get the women out of the room, you get a few drinks in them, it's all like this.
You're right.
Let's talk about banking. Yeah. How often are you getting it? You know, a couple of drinks, that's it. And Evan wins the poker game.
He was the only one who really didn't say much.
They kept drinking, and Frank is like, "All right, I'm a bunch of shots in. The only thing I know is every shot we take, Joey's zipper's coming down a little more."
That was good.
As the ladies are getting off the bus to have dinner, there's this shot of the full moon with this like kind of eerie sound. I don't know if it was a wolf howl or what, or like an owl hooting.
Yeah.
Something like, hoo, hoo, because we're about to get Bigfoot. Here we go.
It's almost midnight.
Unfortunately, Melissa Gorga is the latest victim of the hair phallus.
What? And it just seems so unnecessary.
This is a hair trend that has to die. It's as though the man bun was not horrible enough. So now women are doing it, but it's like a half up, half down deal.
Have you seen it outside of this show?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it's person,
the glorious
no.
hair phallus. Melissa lets everyone know after we hear that Jennifer fell in the shit water. She tells him, she's like, I think I drank some of it. Teresa's like, ew. Oh,
God.
Ew. No. Melissa, yeah, they're going to go swim with dolphins. Right away, Dolores is like, are they going to kiss me? Because David ain't kissing me. But I'm not swimming with them. Water goes up my nose. I'm not good with that. It's not a good situation. Gee, Dolores, somebody sounds like a little bit of a prima donna. I'm claustrophobic. I don't want to swim with the dolphins. I want my cover up on. I don't want to have a drink. Okay, I'll have a vodka. She's the prissy one. For all the crap she's given Jackie. As the ladies order their drinks for the night, Bigfoot's attention is drawn to this wall. And it's as though somebody gave her a cue. I think somebody was like, hey, Bigfoot, let's play I Spy. I spy with my little eye something next to that wine bottle. What does it say? Look at this sign, Margaret. Look. Perfect for me, right? And she holds it for a really long time as though production told her, make sure the audience sees it.
They did.
And Margaret reads it, any woman can have the body of a 21-year-old if she gets him drunk first.
Uh-oh. That was good.
Uh-oh.
That was good.
It's like dawning on her. Okay, so it didn't go over her Neanderthal head.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, she did get the memo.
Yeah.
Oh, production told her I said that. I made sure she knew it was a dick. Okay. Oh, this is not good. Dolores, give me the salmon. Do a girl a favor.
Dolores, give me the salmon.
Come on. Dolores, I can't get pounded by the Bigfoot. Give it to me.
Not today.
No, my vagina can't handle it. Please. We get this really dramatic music as Teresa holds the sign. Dun 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 dun. I could get a 21-year-old if I wanted to. What? You thought I was gonna blow up? Psych. Margaret is really trying to awkwardly brush it, away.
Yeah.
So she goes, oh, Teresa, I know I said that, but were you offended by that, Teresa? It was off the cuff. Teresa gets a talking head where she's like, of course I knew what Margaret said. And if you think I didn't get it, you fucking stupid. Well, that's because I'm sure the producers are telling her when she's doing these, when she's filming these, they're like, so everyone thought it went over your head. What? Nothing gets by this one.
No, I'm good.
And if you think it got by me, then you a fucking dumbass. I'm quick.
That's exactly what If they hype her up, they get her going. You're the smartest. You have the most beautifulest eyes.
I'm setting records. I'm going to Mensa.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could do puzzles.
Could you?
Yeah.
Do you want to be an astronaut, go out in space?
Yeah, I could build a rocket too.
Oh, could you?
I'm a rocket scientist.
Oh. It would take
Rocket
you no time
man.
at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Major Tom.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Joey will be down in Earth
Ground
going
control.
to Major Tree. This is ground control to Major Tree. They're sending me to Italy. Buzz Aldrin loves me.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
You're probably he thinks you're an inspiration.
We're in our own club. Like, there's peoples that are like everyday peoples, and then there's peoples that like
me
walk
and Buzz.
on the moon, and like we talk and we eat sandwiches and we talk about what it was like when I planted a Bigfoot flag.
Oh, did you? What's a
Yeah.
Bigfoot flag?
It's a flag with my picture on it, with my beautifulest eyes.
Your most beautiful is the...
Yeah. And it's just me, I look like this. I just love the idea of her being like an ambassador. Like at the UN.
Yeah.
All these countries are represented talking
then
about climate change, and then someone's going to represent, Bigfootlandia.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on climate change, Teresa?
As real.
Uh-huh.
Because there used to be a lot more trees and trout. And now it's getting hard to hunt. I would not survive in my habitat because it's gone. There's all these fires.
Yeah.
Like, all my Bigfoot cousins.
Yeah, I was
like,
wondering about that. So it's just you. You don't have any more relatives?
No.
Well, you have No.
Yeah, but that's what really happened to Nona.
Yeah. A fire.
Yeah.
She inhaled too much smoke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's how she got pneumonia. And I ain't really go to prison either.
Oh, no.
No.
Where did you go?
I had to go represent Bigfoots in the UN.
Oh, so you were in hiding in the UN?
I know that Greta Thunder kid.
Uh-oh, what do you think of her?
She a little, uptight.
Did you have a conversation with her at all?
Yeah, she was yelling at me that I stole her childhood, and I was like, I don't understand, like, it's bad enough I got Melania at home yelling at me. I don't know. I was like, I ain't even human. Somebody make her a sandwich. So, I mean, in all seriousness, Teresa does tell Marge, she's like, I considered you my friend, and I know you think about things, Marge. I know you think about it, so I don't understand why you taking shots at me. That really hurt my little Bigfoot feelings. Dolores breaks up this powwow with, I gotta say something to Jackie. I can't be a hypocrite. I always say if you got a problem with somebody, you gotta go right to the source. So Jackie, I heard you're upset. Jackie's like, I am, Dolores. I didn't appreciate that you said you didn't want to be friends with me. I was just hurt. She's like, Jackie, just to be honest with you, there's things about you that get under my skin. I don't like that you're always upset with everybody. Okay, but Dolores, you said judgmental things. Like, you don't even know me. You don't know me. So, like, where's this coming from? I'm not the only one who feels this way. This whole table said you're not cut from the same cloth. Like Melissa, you said it, right? Am I Melissa, with this look, like, you better agree with me.
I know.
Melissa.
I know.
Melissa's like, that's not what happened, Dolores. You said that, and that was it. And they show the flashback, and that is indeed
Nobody
exactly...
said a thing.
Nobody. Not even Bigfoot.
No.
Not even
She did
Bigfoot.
I remember in the she laughed. She goes, ah!
Yeah, she was...
She loved it.
She loved it, but she didn't say,
No.
oh yeah, Jackie's not one of us. It was all Dolores. Then Jennifer tries to chime in with something, and Jackie's like, can you stop? Let me say something. And she's like, don't tell me stop. And then it comes up, none of this would have happened if you hadn't said this. I was just trying to make Jackie feel better. How would that make her feel better? In what universe?
I don't know. But it makes sense in Jennifer's universe. So
Dolores then says, because I mean, Jackie's like, what makes me so different? Like, what's so different about me? Can you specify, like, how am I cut from a different cloth? She goes, the way you get upset about things, the way you can't let things go. And she's like, so I don't let things go any more than people at this table? I get more upset. Actually, she's got a point.
Jackie's making sense, Martha.
But it's true. These people are the pettiest, most dramatic, ridiculous, over-the-top group of women out of any of the franchises.
Yeah.
The fights that they've had, the table flipping.
Yeah.
And then she's like, so who cares if somebody doesn't like me? I don't sweat it. Oh, really? No?
She wouldn't be where she is today if that were the case.
No. None of you got on this show because you don't let things bother you. So don't be full of it. And Dolores is kind of stammering here. She's just being a bully and saying, I just don't like you. Oh, look how upset you're getting. This is why we're not friends, Jackie. It's just horrible to watch. Because she's trying to make it a gang up. And Jackie says, stop trying to make it seem like it's everyone against me. Stop it. I'm glad she picked up on that.
I am too.
Don't try to make it a gang up. Dolores, for someone who's supposed to be so strong, own your opinion. Be an independent person. You don't need to say, oh, we all feel this way. No, just say, I don't like you. I don't know. You rub me the wrong way. I just don't like who you are. Or, my friend's Teresa, I don't like what you said to Teresa. But don't pretend we all feel this way. Nasty behavior.
Yeah.
Dolores starts going, see, I can't, like, coddle this every day, this upset about something, you know? And that's when Jackie starts to lose her cool. She's like, you don't know shit about me, Dolores, so shut up. You don't know shit. And she's like, see, this is why I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be friends with you either. I don't want to be friends with you. She's like, I don't want to be friends with you. She's like, I don't consider it a loss, Dolores. Okay, Jackie. And the other women don't look amused. Dolores is smirking and smug.
It's
disturbing. And mean. And I really think, it's because of Teresa. She's Teresa's lackey, which But also, I think Dolores has a real problem with her body, and it annoys her that Jackie's has the opposite problem of her.
And Jackie's sitting at the table eating what looks like a chip.
Nothing. I know. She's like playing with the food. I guess the stress of being on these shows, it's a lot. And for somebody who has an eating disorder, when you get thrust into television, it's a lot of attention. It's a lot of opinions coming at you. It just makes you probably regress a little bit.
And doesn't Dolores own a gym? I think she does, or maybe she doesn't, but she's always been really big into like fitness and whatnot. So it must be very hard to see herself.
No, she can't stop eating because she won't admit. I mean, this is the problem when you don't admit your feelings, Dolores, is you're eating them. Then some of you, don't take that as a judgment. I'm just pointing this out about Dolores because I think it's why Dolores is being a bitch to Jackie in part. I think she resents that Jackie's way of handling stress is to stop eating because Dolores doesn't like the way she looks herself.
That's just one thing.
I think it's largely, she has no reason to not like Jackie. It's because of Teresa.
It's because of Teresa,
but the way she
and
keeps
she's
saying, there's
miserable.
Just something about
but she's
you.
also just miserable.
Yeah, she's a very unhappy person. She is. Danielle deserves Dolores' ire. Jackie really doesn't deserve that. You know what? It's ironic because I remember Jackie saying her parents went to jail at one point.
Right, for what was it? Not paying taxes or something like that?
Something, but I just feel like she and Teresa, it's like one of those all this time we could have been friends kind of deals.
Yeah.
She grew up with that. She's sympathetic. I think she does care about what Teresa's going through.
Say all this time is Teresa.
Teresa, I told you last season, like, my parents went to jail like you and Joe. I thought I could help you. You mean all this time we could have been friends?
That's right.
And just like that, the party's over. That's it.
The party's over.
Melissa says, wow, we're yelling in a restaurant again?
Shocking.
This was tame considering some of the Jersey restaurant fights. Remember Teresa throwing a glass at the wall?
Yes.
And she even had the spot picked out ahead of time. She looked at it.
I remember that. And the people in the background.
No reaction.
No.
Then they go home. They get to the hotel. Teresa's like, I want ice cream. I want ice cream.
And Dolores is like, no.
You don't want it. You don't want it. No, you don't want it. You're trying to talk yourself out of that ice cream. Then they want a drink. They're opening up the rum. And then it's like, no, I'm not drinking that. It was like gasoline. Melissa says, we had a night. And she says, to be honest with you, like, I get why Jackie's hurt. Because it just comes down to everyone wants to be liked. And Dolores doesn't want to hear it. She's sitting there like Don Corleone. I don't have up to here with that one.
Do it again.
I'm up to here with that one. But Don, I don't understand. Like, what did she do to you? She just gets under my skin. She's cut from a different cloth. That's how she's behaving.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of trying to get through to her. Then Jennifer goes, I did feel bad. I didn't want it to be a gang up. You know, it's my birthday. She came here to be with me. I don't care who she came here to be with. She's hurt feelings, no hurt feelings. Tell her to eat something. We cut to Jackie talking to Margaret about it. Margaret is complaining more about her feet hurting. She's like, look at my little piglets. Look at them. This was my ankles. They're so swollen. And Jackie's just like pretty level-headed. She's like, I said how I feel. She doesn't like me. She doesn't like me. Oh, well. But don't try to... She's like, she tried very hard to make me feel excluded and I didn't appreciate that. I'm glad she recognized that immediately for what it was. I was worried that she would be like, all of you don't like me? I'm glad she realized... Dolores is a phony. And you know what? When Melissa says like she knows what it is to be on the receiving end of Dolores' crap, it reminded me of a time when I really didn't like Dolores much. I forget some of her stunts. She can like really get in your face and like be obnoxious and always act like she's gonna give you a beat down, but she never does. She's like such a fake tough guy. Well, the ladies decide to call it a night. That's it. They're done. Melissa says, call it a night. Don't forget swimming with dolphins. And then Jennifer goes, and my roast. I hope nobody gets offended. By the way, that's how I feel about every recap. I hope nobody's offended.
I'm very excited for the roast.
I am too. I think I might roast you during it.
Well,
but as Jackie. Alright, that's it. Ready to say goodnight?
Yeah, it's 4 a.m.
Well, you know what? A lot of that had
So-
to do with our microphone
No,
problem.
so I'm thinking instead of saying good night, we should say good morning.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
We were up the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you and you and you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave us comments. We adore all of you. Thank you to all of you who were super happy about the Jill Inform skit. We really do love her.
Yeah.
You were feeling bad about the way we broke down the day. Did you want to say something else?
No, I'm done with that. I'm done with her. I'm done. No, I'm kidding. No, Jill said something really nice, and then ours was like, yeah, she was fine.
Called her a predator.
They called her a predator. She's
Said it was
locked
a
in
three-way.
She's in my closet.
She's really a lovely human being.
She's lovely, and we're not going to talk about her anymore.
Yeah. On that note, take care.